Sometimes it makes sense to duplicate processes. You have two procedures that are very similar to one another, and you want to make copies of them. And we allow you to do that in Delegate. A really great example of this, and this is one of the very first ways that we started using our process documentation. We documented our new hire checklist. We have a lot of steps. We're a growing company. We're making more and more hires. We have a lot of steps to document, information to collect, and tasks to complete when we hire someone new. And it might be months before we need to file some paperwork for insurance or 401k or what have you. So we made our new hire checklist one of the very first checklists that we made. The first time we had a turnover after using this system, we knew we needed to go build a checklist for employees that were departing the company. The interesting thing is that an employee turnover checklist is almost always largely an inverse of the new hire checklist. You need to undo the things you did when you hired them. There are some specific other things you might do. So what you can do is you can click the settings cog to edit a procedure, and you've got a button here to make a copy of it. So I can see here that I have a copy of my new hire checklist, and I can go edit it, and I can actually make this an employee turnover checklist. Save that. And now I can go and start modifying and editing things. So we can use this to really evaluate, okay, what did we do when we set the employee up? Now let's go take the steps to undo that and potentially add some additional steps that are important, unique to the turnover process. It's also worth noting that you can change the order of these items by clicking and dragging and dropping them if you want to reorder things when you make a copy. So that's how you copy a procedure. We find that really useful for creating inverses of processes like hiring and turning over. It's also really neat if you have a very specific process, say for onboarding a customer with a certain product, and you want to build specific procedures around onboarding for different products, right? So at Lofty, we have multiple lines of business. We're mostly a service provider building apps for other companies. We build our own apps as well. But on our services side, we have short-term project-based work. We have long-term retainer-based work. We also have low-volume retainer-based work. And there are 3 different product lines for us. We run the process a little bit different for each of those based on what our customer's buying from us. A lot of the steps are largely the same, though. So we created our new client process and our new SOW, our new contract process. But if we ever wanted to make a specific process for onboarding a new customer on this line of business, we can make a copy of it, add the additional steps that line of business takes, and that's a really neat way to use the copy feature.